So I've seen episode 2 and 3 of Dragon Ball Daima, and I gotta say, man, you guys are you guys are not really liking this series too much. I don't know if it's a situation where it reminds you too much of Dragon Ball GT, or if it's a situation where you guys are just like, yeah, nah, this is not it, Chief. This is not it. If you look at the comments of the episode 1 video that I released, the comments were just like, God, this series is somehow released. And people were like, oh well, they really want to say that Toriyama had to anything to do with this whatsoever. You never know. Maybe he actually really did. I mean, they did choose a correct time space for this series. I mean, this series itself takes place, I want to say they said right after the Buu saga, which is weird because Kibito and the Kai are already separated. And they said that they separated because of Boo's like stomach fluid or whatever like that. And it helped them separate. But didn't the Kais say specifically in Super that they wish to be separated? I don't know. You guys let me know if I'm just talking out my ass or spitballing or something like that. But I could have sworn that's what I heard about this series, or what I heard that happened in Super. But of course, Goku got his power pole back, so that way he could go ahead and use Yoible again to fight back and forth when it comes down to defending himself. He's struggling a little bit when it comes down to the short stature, because obviously his reach isn't as long as it was originally. But the flying thing is just kind of weird. You would think he would just call Nimbus to go ahead and help him, but he said that he didn't really want to call Nimbus, which is weird, man. I would have just said, fuck it. I'm not going to learn how to fly myself. I'm just going to go ahead and just call Nimbus again. But I mean, it would make sense that he would have struggle flying in this like size or whatever like that, because he never really was flying in Dragon Ball at all. But it's I actually really liked episode 2. Episode 2 wasn't too bad. It was kind of tame. It was really interesting. Episode 3, however, was a little bit different. But I can't lie and say this episode itself wasn't very interesting. I mean, we see a little bit of the people that exist inside this third area of the demon world. Of course, they have tribal men. The other one is kind of like outworld area, kind of like a outlaw area, western section. I'm not entirely sure exactly if it's like, oh, well, all the cities are similar to this, or if this is a particular area that Glorio grew up in, or if he's just happened to be from this area. They did end up getting their ship completely taken over, so obviously that makes sense that they would get their ship taken, because now the story has a little bit more leeway. It has a little bit more depth that it can move towards building out the world a little bit better than what we were getting when they were just flying through the plane or flying with the airplane. But yeah, then of course it wouldn't be Dragon Ball without a fart joke or a butthole joke or something like that going on with it. God, I both love this series and hate this series at the exact same time. I'm always constantly back and forth about something going on with this series that I'm just freaking out about. I don't know. I don't understand how Vegeta and the others are actually going to end up folding into the story. They don't know the code. They're obviously going to have some trouble getting there. But maybe it's a situation where they reach the Dragon Balls, and then all of a sudden Goku wishes for them to get transported there to end up helping him out. But I don't know. I'm here for more Dragon Ball as time goes on. I got to just say that. For episode 3, it's interesting because I mean, it, I'm still trying to get the understanding of these portals, these fish portals or whatever like that. Who came up with this? Did Toriyama really come up and say, you know what? I'll make the portals fish, and that right there will work perfectly fine. No really cool like uh, demon, or no really cool like transportation thing or anything like that. We'll make it fish. maybe that's a something that's going on with it in the Daima universe is like some type of weird fish or underwater things or whatever. Because Goku was also struggling when it came down to the air. The world itself is apparently separated into three different sections of the demon world, and the air is absolutely heavy in the third one, to where it feels like you're underwater or something like that when it comes down to your fighting. But I don't know. I feel like the series itself isn't half bad, but this is 1% purely dedicated to kids. I mean, my best friend, he was like, "Man, I hope this shit is not canon. I hope it's not canon." But they pick a specific section. They pick a empty area right after the Dragon Ball Z. Like this Daima technically takes place before Super even happens. So if it is a situation where this is not canon, like it's gonna actually break a lot of like a large amount of the internet because they're gonna be like, wait, hold on, what sections is this supposed to be? Because this specifically was created by Toriyama, so I'm not entirely sure. So I do want to hear you guys' thoughts though down below. Did you guys enjoy these last 2 or 3 episodes or anything like that? Have you not? Have you been looking for something else when it comes down to Dragon Ball? I personally miss the old school style of Dragon Ball where there were fights, there were blood, there was rage, there was fighting. I miss the Goku that we used to enjoy, the Goku that we used to get constantly when it came down to the series. But you can see that Kai himself doesn't really trust Glorio very much. Like it's kind of like he's just going along with it just because he understands that that's the only way that they have to get to the demon world. But he doesn't trust Glorio at all. Every single moment he gets, he's questioning something of exactly what he's saying. Oh, who went ahead and told you to come to this place? Who told you to come and get us? Oh, what do you do for the king? How do you not have access to like the second and first worlds? What's the reason why you have access only to the third one when we have to be at the first one? Would it make more sense if we went directly to the first one in order to go and fight the king? Because that's the reason why we're here. I don't know. There's something that Glorio is not telling. But I don't know. I don't want to say his name too much because it kind of sounds like Glory Hole, but I don't know if they just if Toriyama or they were like, oh, we're gonna just make a joke, but there's no way they didn't come up with that or think that somebody was gonna make this joke when it came down to this character. But I don't know. You guys let me know what you guys think down below. But yeah, the series in itself is actually pretty nice. The world is pretty much a complete desert world for the first one. I was expecting something like Dark Souls level type shit, like swamp or infested area. Like this is the demon world. It's supposed to be horror. It's supposed to be something demonic, but I guess it's not particularly that. Maybe it's just something to where they're just labeling it the demon world. But why label it? Why label it as such? I don't know. But as I said, you guys let me know your thoughts down below. If you like my videos, please be sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe down below for more videos just like this one. Make sure you like me, love me, and talk to me down below. And I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Peace.